Watch yourself. Ryan's stirring. We best keep to our knitting. It's time to either run the table or go home empty. Ryan's got the genetic key to Rapture. We get that from him, and we get out of this hellhole. We don't, then you and I are ghosts. Now would you kindly head to Ryan's office and kill the son of a bitch? It's time to finish this.
I see Cohen's lost his touch. If you know him well. He used to believe it would work in the struggle. And now, he rots in that Neverland, waiting for someone to come and tell him he's still goddess. I suppose that's why he let you live. You can taste it, can't you? Andrew Ryan.
Cursed be you!
Possible without making a spectacle of myself. He's got it shielded 6 ways to Leicester. There's no way into that base. All I got for my trouble was the hairy eyeball from Ryan's splicer mates. That's the reward you get for trying to outsmart the best electrical engineer of our generation.
The worm looks up and sees the face of God. They look around. It's a regular convention of worms in here. They all had mothers, fathers, people who loved them. They got married, got their wives. What makes you think you're any different? I haven't chosen the spot for you on the wall yet. Let me know you have.
I had to go jungle style with that filthy ape for 3 weeks, but he finally spilled the beans on how to get to Andrew Ryan. Generate a sympathetic overload in harmonic chord number 3. That simple. Now all I gotta do is figure out what the hell a sympathetic overload is, and for that matter, a harmonic chord number 3. Piece of cake for an electrical engineer. Too bad I designed ladies' shoes. Gonna go see the grease monkeys left alive in heat loss monitoring. See what I can shake out of their trees.
Like all parasites who have tried to walk in stolen shoes. I'd explain the science that renders what you're trying to do impossible, but that would be like playing Mozart for a tree frog.
Why have I send you just
is coming back to life. Even now, can't you hear the breath returning to her lungs? The shops reopening, the schools humming with the thoughts of young minds. My city will live. My city will thrive. And when that day comes, use your tombstone for paving tiles.
Father! Why have you forsaken me?
Strikes me that Fontaine wasn't overly inconvenienced by his own demise. On New Year's Eve, these wretched splicers come streaming out of the poorhouses and stormed the proverbial barricades. Dead rot in the streets. Johnny and Jamie's citizen are lined up round the block for plasmids. Anything to help fend off the rabble.
I've seen such terrible things and done worse myself. Thank you for reminding me that the light of the world has not yet been snuffed out. I am sending a little one to help you on your way.
Do you guys have any idea there's a war on? If you don't follow proper maintenance on those big daddies, they burn through those R-34s like them Eve's apple berries go through penicillin. I've got Atlas's goons hitting us non-stop and 2 dead mechanics just this week. We need to control costs. If I wanted to deal with amateurs, I would have stayed on dry land.
Forsaken me. Sir, what is command? Cursed shall be the fruit of thy basket.
Strikes me that Fontaine wasn't overly inconvenienced by his own demise. On New Year's Eve, these wretched splicers come streaming out of the poorhouses and stormed the proverbial barricades. The dead rot in the streets, and Johnny and Jamie's citizen are lined up round the block for plasmids. Anything to help fend off the rabble.
Ryan didn't believe in rapture, didn't believe in the Great Chain. He believed in power. And now this place is busto, and my girl is... gone. Worse than gone. One of those things. So am I an assassin? Well, only one way to find out.
Imagine the will it took to create a place like this. And what have you built? Nothing. You can only loot and break. You're not a man. You're just a termite at your side.
Let me tell you something about keepers and all the university types. They're so smart, except when they eat. I put a couple of drinks in him last week, and before I could say boo, he's telling me he's got the code to his office keyed to the date of Australia Day. Now's every weeks I slip in real gentle and nick a buck or two from the till. The Aussie never notices, and I ain't about to tell him. Seems like there's all kind of crazy stuff back there. Maybe one day I'll get more ambitious.
Please! Yes! No! 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 Thank you.
Ryan, take care of this crap himself. Because Mr. Ryan's got more important things to do. There's more loyalty in the ranks. Say hello to boss lady who backstabbing son of a...
Before the final rat has eaten the last gram of rapture will have returned, I will lead a parade. Who was that, they'll say, as they point to the sad shape hanging on my wall. Who was that?
I begged Mr. Ryan to hand Fontaine 2 heuristics over to Atlas's boys as a peace offering. But the stupid sod won't listen to reason. Instead, he's just splicing his mob up, giving them more and tougher plasmids. There's an arms race on here in Rapture, but it's not about who can build the best guns and the biggest bombs. It's about who can become less of a man and more of a monster.
I didn't recognize the twist that come into the shop today. Stacked like Sally and dressed to the nines. She's played her cards pretty close to the vest, but you ain't gotta be no college job to see that she's into some bad china. She was asking about magnetic locks and some such. I played it coy, but she took wise. After she showed me round her backyard, I gave her directions to Keyboard's tool shop. Rapture's gone to hell, but sometimes the Great Chain still cuts you a break.
man builds a city at the bottom of the sea, that's a marvel. Another man happens to be on a plane that crash lands on the same city in the middle of the ocean. Why, that sounds more like a miracle.
Is that you?
I've begged Mr. Ryan to hand Fontaine's heuristics over to Atlas's boys as a peace offering, but the stupid sod won't listen to reason. Instead, he's just splicing his mother, giving them more and tougher plasmids. There's an arms race on here in Rancho, but it's not about who can build the best guns and the biggest bombs. It's about who can become less of a man and more of a monster.
Don't run away from me! No! 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 No!
All these parasites want a piece of this place.
The basic casing is ready. I've got one charge of nitroglycerin in my office that will serve as the catalyst. Now I need a 4R34 lead shield wire stud to pass the circuit. Then a half can of ionic gel, that's the pretty Betty of the mix. Should send the core into compensation mode, push power down the line and trigger the circuit breaker on Ryan's gate. Well, that's the theory. It'll either work like a charm or blow up half of Rapture. Nothing ventured. answer. It was the core control. The gizmo that feeds the mag locks on Ryan's gate. You can't cut off the power. Comes right from the volcanic vents. Ryan always gets his juice. But I suppose you could drown the son of a bitch.
Once you've invited it in, it will never stop feeding on the body of the city.
I tracked the problem that was blocking the tubes here, and you'll never believe where I ended up. The damn farmer's market, clear on the other end of Rapture. I fixed it right up and installed some new gaskets. Oof, what a mess. Anyway, the code is 0512 if you ever need to get back in there to do maintenance.
Ignore the lies of Atlas and his parasites.
Jesus loves me, this I know. For the Bible belong. They are weak, but he is strong. Do what you say.
Does it look like it's a real bomb? It better. You got to put it on the core, past geothermal control. And we'll see if these needle nosers knew what the hell they were talking about.
I observed all his
Listen to
commandments.
me!
I heard that.
I come to stop you.
Looks like the ocean's got an itch to retake this corner of Rapture. This happened right after the start of the war. Read about it in the papers. Head on in. I'll see what I can dig up to help. I'm no engineer, but if I read these plans right, you can channel that magma flow using the redirect valve. It'll boil off that water right quick, and you'll be able to reach the core. But Ryan's sure to take notice. Might want to set up a perimeter just to be certain.
Will these creatures kill you? Even I don't know. As you drag me closer to the abyss, you pull yourself right along with me. I offer you a quick death, Parasite. It will be preferable to what you will learn if you win.
I tracked the problem that was blocking the tubes here, and you'll never believe where I ended up. The damn farmer's market, clear on the other end of Rapture. I fixed it right up and installed some new gaskets. What a mess. Anyway, the code is 0512 if you ever need to get back in there to do maintenance.
Are they all dead? Hope so. Best be heading on to the core.
So far away from your family, from your friends, from everything you ever loved. But for some reason, you like it here. You feel something you can't quite put your finger on. Think about it for a second, and maybe the word will come to you. What did Atlas offer you? A piece of my plundered city? Mark my words, your only reward will be a knife in the back. All that matters to me is me. And all that matters to you is the nature of things.